And joining me now, Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Governor, awesome to have you on this very, very important day. In advance, I apologize for what's going to happen to Texas in a matter of 4 hours, sir. Some people, and I think you may be one of them, have said, well, why not extend Title 42 and just tag it to fentanyl being the health crisis in America rather than COVID? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, listen, that's a very valid argument. Listen, Title 42 can be used for any health care purpose. Obviously, it was used for COVID. It could equally be used for fentanyl. Understand this. Texas law enforcement officials alone have seized enough fentanyl to kill every man, woman, and child in the entire United States of America, not counting what all the other law enforcement officials have seized. We have deadly fentanyl all across America because of the cartels that have brought it across the border. It would be a very valid reason for the Biden administration to use Title 42 to close down the border to stop the importation of fentanyl, but apparently they just do not want to.
Why not, sir? Why not?
It seems to be part of the ideology of the Democrats in office today to have these open border policies. Go back to when Biden ran for president. He said there would be open borders. Now we're seeing the chaos as a result of it. Now, remember this. It was just 3 years ago under President Trump, we had the lowest border crossings in decades because Trump put into place the Remain in Mexico policy, the Title 42 policy, the end of catch and release, and building the border wall. Biden just had to continue what Trump put in place, but instead he eliminated all of it just because of ideological policies.
Governor, we're inside of 4 hours before Title 42 expires. What do you expect will happen on the expiration? And we see the video of literally tens of thousands of immigrants, migrants, invaders coming, waiting for it to expire. What do you think will happen?
Well, it's going to be an ongoing process of chaos that we've already seen taking place, and that's exactly why Texas is doing what we're doing, and maybe you guys have shown some of the videos where we have the Texas National Guard and the Texas Department of Public Safety. They're putting up barriers of different types to prevent people from coming in areas that are not ports of entry. And we are increasing our manpower on the border as we speak. What the Biden administration is going to do, I have no idea, but it seems to be nothing more than an ongoing process of their open border policies.
Governor, I was watching Fox the other morning, and Ken Cuccinelli was on. And, he took a shot at your effectiveness as governor on the border. We're going to play a bit of a soundbite of that, but it struck me as odd that Brian Kilmeade of Fox teed him up to do that, and there was literally no pushback on it. But I was wondering why he would do this and why they would do this. Let's take a listen.
He's saying things like we're repelling people at the border. Look, that is BS. Greg and I served as attorneys general together. He was an aggressive attorney general, and he is laying back with the authority. He is laying back with the authority to stop this over 1,200 miles of this border, and he's not doing it.
So, Governor, how do you respond to that?
All you got to do is look at the evidence, look at the videos that have been going around the clock on Fox and maybe Newsmax also of actually Texas officials repelling people at the border. And so it's happening in front of everybody's eyes. I just, before I came on your show, I just posted another tweet that people can follow me on and see where the National Guard and Texas Department of Public Safety at this moment in time are repelling people at the border. But know this as the bigger picture. Before all of the Title 42 stuff began, I had deployed up to 10,000 National Guard and 1,200 DPS officers to the border to help secure the border because of Joe Biden's open border policies. They had repelled and turned back tens of thousands of migrants trying to get across the border. They had apprehended more than 370,000 migrants who did get across the border. They arrested about another 27,000 migrants for crimes they were wanted for, including for gang members wanted for murder. On top of that, they have seized enough fentanyl to kill every American, as I pointed out, but also for our towns that were overrun by people who were dropped off in those towns. And we've been busing migrants to Chicago, New York, and Washington, D.C., these other sanctuary cities. And Texas is the only state to ever build our own border wall. And designated the Mexican drug cartels as terrorist organizations. Bottom
Yes.
line is this. In the history of the United States of America since the time of George Washington, no state has done as much as Texas has in just the past 2 years. And it's all because of Joe Biden's open border policies.
Yeah, it was a bit alarming to me to see that happen, because I think we need to, as Republicans, as conservatives, who one of our one of our pillars of our platform is a sovereign nation and a closed border. I think Texas should have all of our support and all of our help, not taking pot shots at the governor as Title 42 is expiring and may have invaders flooding your state. Sir, let me ask you this question. I don't know this. The state of Texas, like Florida, has a $20 billion budget surplus. Where do you stand? Are you a surplus or are you deficit?
So Texas has the largest budget surplus in America. We have about a $35 billion budget surplus. And it's because, for one, we're conservative in our spending, but because so many people are moving here and because our businesses are growing here, the state is prospering also. This past year, Texas became home to more Fortune 500 company headquarters than any state in the country. Yeah. Last year, Texas added far
Governor,
more new jobs than any other state.
I apologize for cutting you off, but the reason why I asked is, well, this is the federal government's job. I get it. They should be supporting you. They should be paying for this. But why not use some of that $35 billion and, I don't know, build a wall, build a Trump wall?
Yeah, so get this. Last session, we spent $4.5 billion. This session, we're spending $4.5 billion, a combined total of at least, if not more than, $9 billion for Texas to be building the border wall, as well as securing our border.
All right, Governor, we're going to go and we
more than the federal government has spent, by the way.
That's right. This is a concerted effort. Governors along the border states are stepping up. Thank you, Governor Greg Abbott. Appreciate your time on a very important day.
Sure, thank you.